How's it going, guys? So as you know, I love keeping my blue-tongued skinks outdoors. I have a few different enclosures for them. Here are my hutches, and then right up the back we have my pits. Well, unfortunately, a few weeks back we had some massive floods here, and all my outdoor enclosures got completely flooded and drenched. So these guys weren't doing too well. They had to all come inside, and yeah, all the enclosures were pretty ruined, especially the pits. But these I managed to save, all the hutches. And now I got to get to work on the pits. So because the pits got so badly damaged and flooded, I've had to bring all those animals back here into the hutches. Thankfully, I always like to keep a few spare enclosures in case things happen like this, and they can have somewhere to stay and be good. So I've got those Easterns here for the moment, and yeah, I got some Blotchies as well. Like this beautiful boy who's just shed and is just incredibly pink. Beautiful coloured. These guys are looking awesome. Anyway, on a lot of these hutches you can see where the water level came up to by the sort of grime that's still on there that just won't come off, it's stained. So yeah, it was up to at least here, and that's totally flooded inside their boxes, and they would not have been good if they weren't taken out. So they all came inside. Yeah, managed to scrub these clean and get them functioning again, so they can all stay out here. Then we come up here to the pits. You can see that water level was pretty much halfway up inside the pits, so everything in there got totally drenched. All my boxes got a bit wrecked, but I'm drying them out at the moment. And these ones I can probably just rake up and get the lizards back in there with some new substrate, but the other ones are a bit of a work in progress. Because I cleaned these ones up and got everything out of them, these ones were quite big anyway, so what we've decided to do is split them down the middle. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 brand new pits I can set up today. Now I've already started. I started with building it up with some more sand on the bottom, getting that nice deep layer there for some good drainage, and then I've covered them all in a bag each of Yuki mulch. So I love the way it smells, and it's great for the lizards. So yeah, we got some boxes made up. I'm just going to take you through setting up all these pits. I'm going to get all the blotchy pairs out here so they can be nice and happy. Because anytime I make a video on the pits, people always ask me, what are the exact measurements? So I just measured. They are 280 long by about 1 meter wide now. There you go. So 2.8 meters by 1 meter. So as you guys know, I like a really natural look for my enclosures. I like to mimic the wild and have just naturalistic looking setups. But then you look at this box here that I put in all my pits, and you think that's not very naturalistic looking. Well, it serves a really important purpose. So this helps them get right out of the elements, and especially because I keep these guys outdoors year round, they need somewhere really secure, really safe and out of the elements where they can retreat, brumate in over winter. And yeah, stays perfectly dry in there. I'm going to fill it up with some sugarcane mulch. And yeah, it's a good little bunker for them. What I'm going to do to make it look more naturalistic, I could cover it in foam and rock, make it all fake rocked out like my other pits over there, but I don't really have the time for that at the moment. So what I'm going to do is basically my other method is just cover it in a bunch of gum leaves and gum leaf branches to sort of disguise it a bit. Either way, it doesn't make much of a difference to the lizards. They just want somewhere secure where they can hide and feel safe. So here's all the old rocks and logs out of the pits we stripped out before I cleaned it all up. So what I'm going to do is use all those to rebuild these to make them look nice, get some rocks in there, some hollow logs. So I'm going to kick it into a time lapse. I'm going to get through all that. Other little rocks in the middle. Some of them have like hides that they can go under. Others are just there for them to climb on or whatever. It's just a bit of extra looks. And yeah, now I'm going to add in a couple of these hollow logs, I think. Some extra hiding and climbing. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. Got my logs in there, bits of bark and so on. And now I'm going to add in the final sort of touches, my favourites. bunch of gum leaves and branches to give it an even more natural look. Okay, so here we have the new setups. So yeah, they have the sugarcane mulch in their boxes. It's covered in gum leaves to help disguise it a bit. The high and dry side's built up there with the rocks as a sort of retaining wall. It's all yuki mulch all through here, and then they have their hides here, which are hollow logs, sometimes under the rocks. And yeah, I just got to add in water bowls, and then that's going to be about it. I am going to add in plants to these enclosures, just not right now. I don't have any on hand, and I really am in a rush to get these reptiles up here. So this will have to do for now, but I think they're going to absolutely love this. So there's all the new pits. I think they've turned out absolutely awesome. Like I said, I still have to add in some plants. I'll do that down the road when I have more time. But yeah, let's get the animals in there and see how they like it. So these 4 new pits are going to be housing the majority of my blotchy pairs, so let's get all these beauties out and get them up there. So here are 2 of my absolute favourites. These guys I got from my mate Luke at Beach of Scaly Beasts, and they are just some rippers. They're super high pink coloured, nice yellows too. They're growing really well. And here we have a big Oberon pair. These are 2 of the trio I got a while back at the Central Coast Expo. They're awesome. This is the boy with the stripy belly. Then over here I've got a really cool trio. So this one here is a Blue Mountains locality. She's got some nice reds and yellows. Really dark animal, probably the darkest blotchy I have. She's pretty cool. I got her at the Sydney Reptile Expo a few years back. And here we have the other one of the trio of the Oberon localities. And she's really cool. She's got these really big blotches. She's got quite a peachy colour and green sides, so she's really cool. And here we have another Blue Mountains animal. This is my first original blotchy, and his name's Blotchy. But yeah, he's a Springwood locality, and he is just bright orangey red. He's got blue sides, and he is one of my favourite animals here. And last but not least, from the enclosure up on the deck, here's another Oberon animal I've got, and this one's really high red eye orange. Really turned out amazingly well. And yeah, this one I got a little while ago. Swapped it for a baby Boyd actually, and yeah, he has a kind of stripy belly too, that's why I wanted him. And then yeah, his colours have just turned out so good. Yeah, here they all are. Let's have a look. That is an awesome pile of blotchies right there. And I still have one more pair in that enclosure there, but they're going to go in one of the other pits. Yeah, look at all them. Alright, let's get them up into their new homes. Okay, here they all are, and here's their new homes. Let's start chucking pairs in. So, we're going to start with this boy from Luke, and I'm going to give him a new female to hang out with. So there he goes. And I'm going to put him with this girl. And next, I'm going to get this really high coloured, high red Oberon and put him with this real pink and yellow girl from Luke. Absolutely awesome. How cool do they look in there? And next, we're going to get Mr. Blotchy in here with his girl from before. Last but not least, the big Oberon stripy pair. Come on, you beauties. There we go. There they all are. And this is awesome. You guys know I absolutely love my Alpine blotchies. And having all these pairs up here now. Oh, it's so cool. So yeah, they're going to explore around, do their thing, and I'm just going to sit back and watch. It's absolutely amazing to get them up here in the pit compared to those hutches. The hutches are great, they work really well, they do what they need to do, but up here it's just wow, so much mental stimulation for them. It's just so cool. They're exploring everything, smelling everything. It's just so fun to watch, and they look so good in the natural habitat, you know, in a more naturalistic environment, checking it all out. And of course they're probably just going to disappear in an instant, but that's alright. Loving watching them explore around. It's cool to be able to keep them in pairs up here now. There's going to be no risk of males fighting. Not that there was before, I never kept males together anyway, but I never had them all up in these pits. So yeah, as you guys know, I absolutely love my Alpine blotched blue tongues ever since I got that boy right there, Mr. Blotchy. And yeah, I've been fortunate enough to produce them the last 2 seasons, and I just have to show off this little ripper here. This thing's colours are bloody awesome. And yeah, these are definitely my favourite blue tongue species, just for all round care, and they're definitely the prettiest, I think, when you got a nice Alpine like this. And yeah, it's just awesome to see them up in a more natural environment. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like this new setup. I know these blue tongues are going to do great out here, and hopefully next season they can produce some awesome little babies like this one. So if you have any other questions or comments, leave them down below. Let me know what else you want to see in the future, and hey, I'll see you next time.